Okay, so here we are for the battle against Daria. Our record against her is awful this gen, and yes, hopefully we're able to correct that. They bring the drill bow, which I know because they said, but still I've got to respect it. I can't help but respect the drill bow pick here. Outside of that, top 3, Terra Fighting on the Terra Fighting on Treads, and then Terra Normal on Toxtricity. So roughly what I was expecting, but it doesn't make this any easier to deal with. It could potentially put a lot of pressure on my Cerulege, or for me to Terra the Farigiraf, because we are Ghost on Farigiraf and Fairy on Cerulege. She could lead off with Toxtricity or Shaman. Like, there's a lot of defensive need for Dondozo here, but it's like almost too much for it to be able to deal with. So I think I just want to lead off with my Sneasler. I'll just lead off Sneasler. I think that's fine. It's Choice Scarf. It will outspeed basically everything. And yeah, we'll lock that in. We're a little bit weak to a lot of her mons, but there was not a lot we could do about that. Like, we were 2-hit KO'd by Banded Urshifu with Dondozo regardless. We were just getting smashed by Toxtricity no matter what team we bought. So yeah, I more or less am just expecting a pretty offensive game here. Vanilla Punch is the lead. We take those, I think. Maybe. Okay, so Sneasler actually looks pretty terrible in this matchup, so I think I'd rather just CC and get my damage. I don't see any resist to it, so I'm gonna click it. Is Drillbur the response to this? I gotta question whether or not it is. No, Toxtricity comes in. I will take that damage. And now it's a question of what do I want to try and do to prevent this from ruining my day. And the question is, the answer is I don't really know. No matter what, it's going to do a lot to something. So I might just try and pivot through. You're actually super helpful now, actually. Like, Rillaboom is really good, because there's no Noivern, there's no Cresselia, two of the things that are really bad for it. So I might try and pivot through my lad here, because he's the only thing that I believe is going to be able to take the hit just okay. So I'm going to go for it. If I can throw Chopless next time, amazing. But we've got a little bit of chip at least on this, so I'll take that. Psychic Noise. Okay. Interesting. Not what I was expecting. I think you probably go for a Volt or something here. You don't go for a Sludge Wave or anything like that. If you're going to switch, you probably switch into Tyranitar, if I had to assume. So I think I'm just going to out to Rilla. And we'll see what she wants to do. I guess because this is Terra Fairy, maybe she goes for a Sludge Wave, but we are Assault Vest. Even if she does, then we should be okay. And if they also switch here, we'll know we're quicker. Could also just be a Volt Switch, right? No. Okay, so we're quicker on Cerulege. That's good to know. It's not Choice Scarf or anything like that. Dark Shocky comes in. That do be the Tyranitar. So the U-turn is relatively free, but there's also nothing really on my team that wants to take the hit. What does she want to go out into? Probably the Skyman, if I had to guess. I think what I want to do here is just go for a knockoff, because we do still have our Skyman answer in the back. And I don't think there's anything that Tyranitar can really do to me that's going to be too problematic. Eject button, okay. Rocks going up aren't always the most fun for me, but, you know, we've got the grassy terrain, so at least, like, there's that. We might be okay, simply based off of that. And then I think I just want to stay in higher horsepower, honestly. I could knock off again, actually. U-turning is also pretty damn free. Yeah, I'm going to go for a U-turn. If she opts to stay in, I'm going to assume she's going for a knockoff. But I do think you want to keep this around for now. Yeah, she's going to withdraw. Not entirely sure what that is. Okay, that's the 𝙁𝘼𝙍𝙍𝙍. Nice. That's really good damage. And it does give me farigiraf, which unfortunately has to be my switch in. Like, there's no two ways about it. I have to switch into this mon. But that's going to be buffed by Sandstorm. We are as well, but we'll get the grassy terrain back. Whilst they won't. So it's permanent chip on 𝙁𝘼𝙍𝙍 at least. And there's part of me that really wants to just go for a grass knot. But I could also throw off a future sight and then double back into Rillaboom. What would I prefer? I know it's not Assault Vest Tyranitar, so this isn't doing anything to me. Is there other switch-ins that she might want to make? Honestly, I think it might just be Tyranitar. But this doesn't do enough to me, so I'm willing to make that prediction. Nice. Okay, this is grassy terrain boosted as well, so it's going to hurt. Just kidding, that did 0. Knockoff is almost definitely incoming. Do I want to go into Roger here and get myself activated? It's a little early, but I could still do it. Grassy terrain is still up. I didn't miss that, did I? Hang on, let's just double check before I do something stupid. Okay, it's still up. Yeah, I'm gonna make that play. This is my main breaker for this week, so I do need it to be in and breaking. And we'll take minimal damage from knockoff. There's also not a good... Yeah, there's not... It's not a good switch in to body press here. With the sand ending as well, I think she probably wants to switch. But yeah, she doesn't switch into body press really at all. So I'm just going to go for it. Okay, nice. Dead Tyranitar, no sand. Love that for me. So she's still got plenty in the back that is a threat. It's a big old threat to me. So I do have to be a little bit careful around things. Like Droba could come in here and unironically be a little bit of a problem, but I've done the one thing that I wanted to do with the grassy seed. And it does at least maybe force her to go for something other than revenging with like treads, because it won't be able to just immediately revenge. Like, it should still probably be treads that comes in. And if it's Iron Defense Body Press, I still think I'm okay because I've got... what was this again? Okay, it's you. Do I kill you at this point? Let's have a look. Because you've taken about 25 plus sand. Draco would kill you. Earth Power would do around 40%. Do I want to take that damage right now? Not particularly. Don't feel like I necessarily need to take that damage right now. And you're a hell of a lot freer. Question becomes, do I want to... I mean, I'm still physically defensive, so I can still take hits even without the seed. I think it's better for me to switch out and take the Earth Power just fine on my farigiraf. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to just sack off a bunch of health. Yes, we could kill that mon. But if it's like Assault Vest or something along those lines, then we don't. And yeah, it's just going to be an Earth Power. Still going to do a lot of damage. And Terra Blast is actually really free now, isn't it? It is pretty damn free. She's going to withdraw. I assume maybe Treads comes in. I don't know what that is. That's a Droba. Okay. This will take the hit. It sure will take the hit. I don't actually know what this wants to do. I'm going to be completely honest. I think the best play is just always to go into Rillaboom. Because I think this will outspeed me. In fact, I know it will outspeed me, and I don't want to take that hit. Like, the threat of farigiraf is still pretty good. By all means, she could predict this. but still, I think this is the right play. 𝙁𝘼𝙍𝙍𝙁. Fire. That is so much damage as well. That's gotta be choice banded, right? Like, that's gotta be choice banned. I'm pretty happy, I think, just to click Glassy Glide this time. Like, I've already expended the Grassy Seed. I don't think that I outspeed this, so I don't think I can click anything else without losing my Rillaboom, so I'm making a safe play. They are going to withdraw. That's fine. Just back out into Shaman. That did absolutely no damage. And do I take this opportunity to sack? Maybe I do, because then I can go out into my Farigiraf afterwards. Just get my, like, a little bit more chip. I don't hate that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here. And if she makes a double predicting this, then it just catches a potential double. Like, yes, Rilla is kind of helpful into a lot of these mons. Actually, is it more helpful than Farigiraf? Probably. But I will take my damage, and I will crit. And yeah, she just air slashes. Makes the most sense. I don't know whether or not you're choice Scarf, but still Farigiraf is the play. And I will once again just Terra Blast. Drillbur probably comes in now, but I don't know what... The Drillbur's being saved. Or was being saved for something. But that switched out every single time. Vanilla Punch. I will take my damage on this. At this point, I don't have a switch in. So I think I'm going to have to, regardless, just go for a Grass Knot here. It's a pretty free U-turn for her. I could have Terrored if I wanted to. Was Terroring the better play? No, because if she just Surging Strikes, I waste my Terror. And very slowly positioning ourselves to be able to click Close Combat with Sneasler, and unless it's Choice Scarf. Unless it's Choice Scarf on Shaman, there's nothing realistically can revenge it easily. I do think it's going to be Choice Scarf. They're going to double. Just back out into the Shaman, okay. Gonna do 1 damage. Pretty sure that was exactly 1, in fact. And again, I can just Terra Blast. There's really no downside to Terra Blasting because it's getting me damage. So yeah, I'm going to do it again. Farigiraf putting in the finest here. And if she tries to just flinch me down with Air Slash, she will probably do it. But this looks like it's the biggest threat to Sneasler if it is Choice Scarf that's left. And as long as I keep Dozo around, I'm kind of just always okay against the physical attackers. Gonna switch again. And yeah, straight back out into 𝙁𝘼𝙍𝙍𝙁, so we'll get this down to half. And this time I will go out into Dozo. If she calls it again, then fair play to her. But I'm now at enough health, I think, with my Farigiraf here, that I should be able to take 2 hits. Maybe not after rocks, but... Are you just banded CC? Let's have a look. Surging Strikes. I don't believe that's banded. And because you're so weakened, I think I can actually click Wave Crash. Let's have a look. You're at what, 40-ish%? That could it have been banded, putting down to 320? No, it couldn't have been. Wave Crash would be a roll from here. I still think it's the best play to make. It's the best mid-ground. Because I don't want to allow anything else to come in and cause me some issues. She may just Close Combat to get her damage on this. But, yeah. She's going to Drain Punch. Okay, so should have Zen Headbutt. But it's still going to do a good amount. Yeah, that looks like it's going to KO next time. So, just going to Wave Crash again. I believe this one will take it out. Because it says 32 to 38. It does, okay. So Dozo picks up his kill. Realistically, that's the one thing that I wanted it to kill anyway. So, we salute you, Dozo. You have done your job. It does mean that I'm potentially going to be struggling against something else. I don't have a switch. So, yeah, Drillbur, you will get your kill. I love that animation, by the way. That animation is fantastic. What do I want to go into? Realistically, I can't actually go into much here. I think it's got to be Sneasler. Like, Sneasler in close combat seems fine. It's going to be a very, very close game no matter what. I could also Throat Chop. Would Throat Chop knock this out? Asking the real questions here. I believe this is Choice Banded from how much damage it did, but it's Throat Chop might not knock it out if it's max HP. So I do have to click close combat here, which is a little bit unfortunate. They're gonna preserve it. I respect it. Smoothie comes back in. Really wish I clicked Throat Chop right now. At the same time, that is now dead. So, you win some, you lose some, right? Unless you're Custap. If you're Custap, then fuck me, right? Be just incredible, incredible brig. This was Terra normal as well, so I was just thinking, like, can it Terra... Yeah, we outsped with this, so should we just go into this? And, do we want to Terror on this or Terror on... I think we might need to preserve Terror potentially on farigiraf at this point. This might be the last thing that outspeeds Drillbur as well, so we might just lose to Drillbur. There is that. Regardless, I just clicked Bitterblade. Yeah, really wishing I clicked Throat Chop. That would have saved me, but... yeah. It is what it is. Gonna get a little bit of health back from that. Actually, if I had looked at that calc properly, I would have just taken out Drillbur from there. Even if it was max HP, he'd be like... So, big misplay from me there. Yeah, only makes sense that you come in. Are you going to be boosted speed, I assume? Yep. And we really do not have a way of beating this mon, I think, at this point. I think my play is to endure, and yeah, I think I've got to endure to get the speed and hope that we're faster. We're not outspeeding, just max speed treads, so there's a chance that we don't outspeed at +2. Do I want a Terror? Do I not want a Terror? I think the ground move would take me out regardless. So I'm going to save the Terror and just click Endure. Yeah, it's a high horsepower. Because we don't have an SD, it doesn't really matter that much. If we were weakness policy, yes. But there's also a world in which we just don't actually outspeed or kill here. So I'm just going to go for the Bitterblade. Like, she should just Terror Fighting and live this hit fine. Should I have gone for... Should I have gone for the Terror Blast? Is she going to try and read the Terror Blast here? I should have gone for the Terror Blast. They're just faster anyway. They were running a lot more speed than I was expecting them to. Crit mad, 100%. And I don't know if we can deal with this mon at this current point. But regardless, I gotta try. I believe you live a high horsepower from the range you're at. Maybe not. But I think we lose the game from here. Like, we played the early game really well, but it was just yeah, the mid game let us down. I'm gonna click Draco because I think it's my only way of potentially getting the kill on this. And even then, like, I can't see a world in which I'm able to pick up this KO. I gotta hope on a high horsepower miss, and that's not exactly a great game plan to try and go with. I should have pivoted for the checking for the cast up. I still had things in the back to take the overdrive, and the overdrive was the play there. So yeah, that was like 2 bad plays back to back. Definitely gonna cost me. We're gonna take that, and we do land the Draco, but yeah, it's never gonna kill. Maybe in some weird world we're able to win this with with farigiraf. I do not see that world, unfortunately. I just don't. Ground spam into my team is a little bit too good. So yeah, just gonna go farigiraf. And I think the treads will take me out from here. Like, yeah. Oh, it easily takes me out from here. Good game to Daria. Make sure you check her out. Link in the description below. Do I bother Terror Ring? Honestly, no. I'm just gonna click Terror Blast. Yeah, our record continues. We cannot beat this woman to save our lives. And yeah, make sure you go check her out. Link will be down in the description below. Leave a like, subscribe, and until the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.